So this is probably our first interaction.
Yeah, that's right.
I usually speak with Anuj.
Okay.
Anyway, great event. You know what? Let's just start with what. I mean, this year, of course, you won't have a proper booth, but let's talk about MediaTek's new projects. Of course, one being the elephant in the room, the Dimensity 9400. Are you excited about it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, this Dimensity 9400 was launched just last week.
Yes.
Right? And the good thing about this is, I mean, the exciting thing is, it's built on 3nm process. So what that does is that, it actually has its own inherent computing power increase and also efficiency, power efficiency increase. So those are some inherent qualities of having 3nm process.
Right.
And apart from that, it is actually giving you all big core cores for the computing power. Again, that gives amazing computing power to the end user. Right? So it has all these aspects which are making it a incredible chipset for the flagship phones. And also we have introduced something called agentic AI.
Yes.
So that is something which will actually help in the. It's a kind of a platform which can help the end user and the platform players to exploit the AI capabilities of the chipset.
Could you help us understand better what exactly is agentic AI engine in the MediaTek Dimensity?
So that actually it gives a kind of a hook to the platform, let's say apps, to exploit the AI capabilities, and it's a step forward for the AI, for the ecosystem. And it is going to actually provide a lot of good use cases to the end user.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How exactly will the consumer benefit from it? So I'm buying a phone with the Dimensity 9400.
Right.
How will I benefit?
So actually, it is a kind of a platform, and we will see more and more apps starting exploiting it, and that's when we can get to know what are the benefits for the end user.
I will talk with someone for.
So for that, that's still evolving. So maybe I can get back to you soon about that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have to ask you. Law of diminishing returns, I think, also to some extent applies to the entire AI landscape, the entire smartphone chipset landscape, microchips in general. Do you feel that is true? That you take the AI element out of the new chips, and what do we see?
Even we are saying, what is the new innovation if you remove AI from the equation?
The extent of innovation in microchips,
okay,
in smartphones. Do you feel that law of diminishing returns applies to these chips?
No, not really. Actually, if you know, because we have actually seen few years ago it was 10nm, and then it became 4, and now it's 3. I think this kind of innovation will continue. Maybe it may even have 3D chips, right? But I think it is still required for the end user, because the kind of capability which is needed for, let's say, camera capabilities and vision capabilities for gaming, right? Those aspects of the use cases are actually becoming more and more power hungry, computing hungry, right? So those things will actually continue, and I think we will continue to see innovations in that direction. And even if you say remove AI, now if you talk about AI, I think that also needs a lot of computing power, because we have as an example in MediaTek tied up with Meta for the Llama 2 LLM, right? Now that is still a kind of a reasonably sized LLM, but if you have to run bigger LLM, then it needs more computing power, right? So I think those are I'm sure that the computing power required will be always more than what is available, because of especially for the AI use case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of the overall market competition, I think the chip business is becoming more and more, it's hyper competitive.
Yeah.
Everyone is chipping in, and the pun is intended.
Yes.
So how does MediaTek plan on navigating through this competition? I mean, you're obviously a market leader in this space, but still, how do you plan on navigating through the competition? So
the competition, of course, is always there, and
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and actually it kind of pushes us to innovate more and more, faster and faster. But we have been doing a good job. For example, for smartphone chips, we have 54% market share as per
right.
As you see the Q2 results from PowerPoint, and so that's pretty huge, right? And we are powering 2 billion plus devices globally. I mean, that's like huge number of devices. So, but competition, of course, will continue, and it will be in terms of how do we further increase computing power, how do we further create use cases for the end user, right? Now, recently we talked also about automotive. So there are a lot of use cases for automotive in the 4-wheeler market, in the 2-wheeler market, and MediaTek is coming up in a big way in that market as well. So there are a lot of new things to be done. And I think the competition is as is in every industry, but I think it is since MediaTek is a leader, we have to keep innovating faster, right? And our struggle is to how do we create ahead of the curve always, and because we are number one player in different verticals, right? And how do we have to make sure we stay there, and therefore we have to be always innovating and spending a lot of money on R&D itself. Yeah, for example, if I give a number to you, in the last 5 years, we have spent about $18 billion US dollars in R&D, right? Now that will continue because that is something, it's totally a requirement for us to keep spending money on R&D so that we keep innovating, we keep ahead of the curve.
You mentioned the auto sector.
Yeah.
What all projects are you working on in the auto division specifically?
So if I talk about four-wheeler, we have what we call MediaTek Dimensity Auto chipsets. So it has actually 4 different sub-verticals. One is the MediaTek Dimensity cockpit for the the screens that you see, the multimedia interface. Then the MediaTek it's what we call components, and then for connectivity and so on, right? So we have different verticals, and so they are going to cater to all the semiconductors that we require in the car, right? For connectivity aspect, for the entertainment aspects. So that's what we are doing. For two-wheeler also we have some solutions. In fact, in July we tied up with, we had an announcement with GeoThings, and they have a platform for two-wheelers, and which will be powered by MediaTek IoT solutions. So for two-wheelers also we have some solutions. For four-wheeler we have definitely a lot of solutions globally and also in India.
Okay. Snapdragon 4S Gento recently came up, and they want to sort of disrupt the below 10,000 5G smartphone market. I'm curious, how much of market share do you think it will take away from your share of the pie?
So actually, we already have multiple models available. Powered by MediaTek entry level series, which are below 8,000 rupees, right? Already.
Okay.
And so I think that is one aspect, right?
5G devices?
5G, yeah.
Okay.
Below 8,000 rupees. So that's already available, and maybe we can ask someone to provide the list to you. And secondly, what we believe in is we want to make sure that the 5G chipset that we have, they adhere to the 3GPP standards. Okay. So our chipsets, they adhere to 3GPP standards. It has 4 antennas, for example, right? And that is actually good in a way because wherever you go in the world, these chipsets will keep working, right? So I think that is one aspect one has to keep in mind, which is not true with many other players.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you still haven't given me an answer of the number. Do you think it'll shake up some part of your market share?
So no, I don't think so. I think we have a very good stronghold.
Okay.
So actually, if you see our entire portfolio for 5G chipsets, we have the entry segment, we have the middle premium segment, and we have the flagship. We have the entire portfolio, right? A huge gamut of chipsets that we have for 5G, Dimensity 5G technology, right? So I don't think this will be a big shake for us because it is we already are having the market with us.
Yeah. Okay. Circling back to AI, as the captain of a huge industry today, how do you see the AI landscape evolve in the next, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years? Specifically speaking about the smartphone sector.
So the AI landscape has been maturing over time, and you can see, I think it'll be a lot of it will be driven by Edge AI and LLM evolution that we see around us, right? I think as LLMs evolve, that will be hitting the use cases for the smartphone. But that is since it's evolving, and we can see a lot of, and every month you hear about some new exciting LLMs coming up, which have a specific use case. I think all that eventually will be in the hands of the users using the smartphone, right? So I think that's how I think the AI thing will be quite exciting for the coming years.
Okay. And the same is true for the whole consumer AI part. Like, you mentioned smartphones. Because most of the AI features in smartphones that we have right now, I have the Pixel 9 XL Pro, we have the 16 Pro Max. So most of the AI features we have in smartphones right now are, some people would call them a bit gimmicky. Do you see that changing soon?
Yeah, I think it will change soon because once you have
how many AI photos can you generate in a day?
So of course the initial use of AI was about cameras and photos and so on. But as and when these LLMs come up, like you have stable diffusion, for example.
Yes.
So once they start working, they are already working, and so that will be another use case which will kind of push it forward, right? And so this is still a very evolving field, right? It's kind of creating the building blocks for the technology.
Right.
The end user cases we're going to evolve over time, right? But certainly, if one doubts AI, then it's a different thing. But if you think AI is in upward trajectory, then definitely smartphones will have to play a role.
Now, how far away is like true multimodality on smartphones? Like, simply put, if I want to generate a video, or let's say text to video, we already have some models, some experimental models, some very basic models out there which are doing this. How long before we can have that on smartphone?
So actually we had, if you see MediaTek, we had demonstrated that on MediaTek Dimensity 9300 in MWC already. So
text to video? Text to video.
Text to video, yes. You give a prompt and we'll give you a video on the fly.
Okay.
So that's on device. Yeah. So it's already available, But of course, it's going to get better with time. But we already had a demo of that in MWC this year.
But is it free available to consumers?
Yeah, it is MediaTek Dimensity 9300 chipset which is available.
Yeah. I have to ask you this last thing. As a leader in the industry, some people say no, some people say yes, some people are in the middle ground. Do you feel AI will take away our jobs?
So it's a difficult question, but I think so it's not nothing to do with smartphones and chipset. In general, I think this AI it's kind of a tool which is available for people, right? If you think of it like that, then it is going to increase productivity for everyone. So people who don't use AI tools, I think they will be left behind. So it's better to people to understand what's going on, right? And use it as a tool. So if that happens, then I think jobs will not be lost because it's just moving up the value chain.
Okay.
Right?
I recently had a word with an analyst and he had a very interesting thing. I asked him the same question and he said, AI not taking away our jobs is very similar to saying like, if a horse asked a car, or a horse asked a horse, hey, will cars take away my job? And then the horse answered, no, the car won't, but the horse driving a car will take away your job.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
so people who don't use the tools, we will follow for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question, any sneak peek into the upcoming projects in MediaTek's pipeline, apart from the 9400?
Mm-hmm. So, I think we have, it's just got launched, right? 9400 just got launched last week. But we, of course, will keep innovating in phone chipsets and automotive and smartphones. So we will get to know.
So nothing specific.
I would not. There's something specific which happened already last week, right? That is a big news for us. I cannot comment on anything which is not announced yet.
Okay, fine. Okay. Lovely chatting with you.
Same
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Thank you.